Hello and welcome. My name is Lion, this is my new YouTube channel, and we're going to start with a game called Timberborn. This is a Let's Play series, episode number 1. Timberborn is a survival game, post-apocalyptic survival game, but one like no other. You don't control people, you control beavers. Beavers outlive the humans, and they're going to create a whole new civilization. Now, I have played this before, and I have unlocked the Iron Teeth, but we're going to start with the folktales. They are easygoing but hard-working. Folktales are expert farmers. They respect nature, and it rewards them with plentiful bounties. Their motto is comfort food and sturdy wood. Yeah, these guys are very much destructive. They achieve progress through efficiency and disregard for the environment, so yeah, we're going to go with these guys. And now I've had a look around some of these maps. I've decided to go with Terraces because number one, I've never played this before. Number two, I'm going with hard as well, just because why not. I've never done hard before, so this is new to me. I've never actually seen anyone else play on Terraces. I've seen a few people playing on other maps. I've played on a few maps myself, so this is going to be a whole new challenge for me, and hopefully that'll make it interesting for you, the viewers. This is my first Let's Play. I've done a bit of live streaming in the past. I'm diversing into YouTube. I've always wanted to do YouTube, so yeah, here we are. And my machine's not the best, but it still plays, so you know, please what's the word, please have some leniency if my hardware does start to what's the word, have lackluster on us. I will have to decrease the graphic setting. So as my name's Lion, I'm going to go with Lion's Pride for this settlement. Yeah, there's a play on words there, yep. So, first thing I'm going to do is pause. There's the little beavers. Cute little things. And so, basically, we have a terrain we have to work around and with, and we have water sources. This water source over here will dry up. Now, at the moment, it's fine. We've got water aplenty. As you can see there, it says water source, ground only, must be built on the ground. You can't actually build these unless you're in creative mode. So, as you can see here, we're on cycle 1, day 1. It's summer, and the forecast is unknown. So when it's time for the droughts, and the droughts are very hard on hard mode, this will give us a warning that it's coming. Now, I've paused to give myself a bit of time to think. I'm going to leave the tutorial on for myself and for new players if people are watching and decide they want to play. And I'll also kind of talk through my thinking of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Oh, this pine has pine sap. This game's early access. It's still in development, so things you see here may or may not change. Just be aware of that. So, welcome the tutorial up with the basics, and every new settlement needs logs, only lumberjacks, so place a lumberjack near to nearby trees. Wood, lumberjack flag, and that radius there kind of tells you what it'll cover. Now, we have no trees down here, so best thing to do would be place it close to the trees. R to rotate. And that's nice, there's already some stone stairs there for us, that's a big help. I'm going to put this, I think, right here. That covers everything that we've got. It's also close to the stairs. Now, the other thing I'm going to do, it's wanting me to place 2, so I've got to place that again. I believe you can right click to get rid of them. Continue. The flags will not be built unless they're in the district's building range. You can extend it by building paths. Okay. Well, that's something I wanted to do anyway. So, paths and structures, path. You can move the district centre, but I'm not going to do that. One thing I like to do is to surround the centre with paths, so I don't think it has any real bearing on anything, but it's just something I like to do. Okay. And you can increase the number of people working in the centre, and they are basically builders. Now, this is a challenging map because, okay, I'm going to jump ahead of gathering flag, and we're going to be gathering, well, let's think about this pathing system. Choices of how to get down here, but we'll figure that out in a bit. So under food there is a gathering flag. We're going to need to gather food because, you know, beavers need to eat. So they'll be gathering these berries to start with. Another beaver will go and... Do I want to do one or two of them? Well, we've got plenty of beavers sitting around doing nothing, so I guess we can do two. Okay, continue. Every building with an entrance must be connected to the district centre by a path. Be aware that the centres have a limited range. Build paths to connect to the flags to the district centre. You can see the district centre along the paths. Okay, construct a lumberjack flag. Continue. They will not start working until you tell them what to do. Okay, the cut trees tool by marking area for cutting. So over here we've got cut trees as a tool, and we want to cut trees, and we want to mark all of that area first. I mean, we will mark all of, well, let's just get on with marking everything, because then they'll cut all of that. Now this is all the wood we have to start with, so we're gonna have to really think about how the best use of this will be, and I think, well, we're gonna have to make a dam, because that's what beavers do, and we need to preserve water for the winter when winter gets here. So we're going to be damming across here somewhere, probably here. There's a reason I'm humming and hawing. Beavers need water to survive. Build a water pump to ensure a continuous source of drinking water. Remember it to connect it to the district centre. Yes, yep, kind of got that. Let me think about this area. We've got this lovely green here we can use for planting. You can't plant anything in the dry areas. The dry areas, when the drought comes, things will perish if they're not watered eventually. As the droughts get longer, that becomes more of a problem. So in the early stages, especially, any building that doesn't need to be in the green is a good idea to do it in these brown areas, I guess. So water pump. Now, as you can see, these can be placed along the river here, and they do basically what they say is pump water. Now, something I am going to need down the line as well is power. Not too far down the line either. And these want to be placed in places. I'm actually going to cancel these. No, that's not the button. That's the C button does that apparently. It's been a while since I played this, so you have to bear with me. I know I can cancel them here. Yes, I want to delete the building. There we go. Yes, okay. Now, in this mode view here, you can see the flow of the water. Yeah, basically the wheels, wherever the flow is strongest, is where you want to be building your wheels. That's quite a strong flow there. Now there's a weaker flow down here. Let me see about putting in a water pump. doesn't like that. Here could be one. I'm thinking we're going to need more than... Well, there could be another one, but we want to wheel along here because that's got a really good flow. See, here it's kind of not that great, but we can't really get in there without destroying some of these bushes. Here's not that great. I think that would be a good place to start. Leaving room here. And I guess if we're going to do them, we could always... Oh, no, we can't. We could do another one there. That wouldn't be a problem. We could bridge across and use the other side as well. Not a bother on it. So, yeah, I think that's a good place for now. It leaves the question, though, and sorry, this is going to be a bit slow to start. We can have more power wheels along here than we can along here, and we have to connect the power together, and we need to find a way of bringing the power to the dead area because we don't want to build non-productive buildings in the living area. So these are all things to consider in when you place things. So I could, what I'm trying to say is I could in theory place these along here and then think about placing them along this side and have a storage for water down here. This all does affect the long-term gameplay because basically the beavers are going to have to get a drink of water every single day. Now, some beavers will be working on farms, some people will be working in workshops. This is probably going to be their living area. So to come here for water and then go to the places, does it make a long day if it's so close to their living accommodation? Now, if they come all the way over here, to do it over here, you are kind of placing them on green ground, as we will be doing if we place them too far here. The thing is, you don't want the water tanks too far away from the collectors because the poor beavers have got to walk a long way to fill them. So how much green land do we want to lose? Let's just... One thing I love about this game is you can pause. You don't have to, but you can, and you can kind of mark things out. So you've got, let's say we had 1, 2, that's awkward because they can't get round there if we want to get round there. We might not want to get round there in the long run, but for now, let's say we had them two. Then we could have tanks along here. Douche, 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 and douche. And they're fairly close. And the other thing is, when we get more valuable crops established, we probably will want to get rid of some, if not all, of these berries. So we could probably put more water collectors along here, and when we get dynamite in the future, we could also potentially kind of widen part of the river basin here, which we may want to do for various reasons. The thing is, once these have been made, you can delete instantly, which is a very strange thing, but you do lose any resources that you put in, and as all the resources we have are to start with this until we get some more, yeah, we don't want to waste them. Now, I'm thinking we run the power basically along this edge here. We will lose a little bit of level ground, but yeah, at this stage, is it really worth worrying about? We can always flatten this top section later if we want to. is an option. Start with planting the main crop here, maybe? Yeah, I'm starting to think that's not a good idea. I'm starting to like this idea a bit more. So, I mean, yes. Enter works, okay, I can do that. Demolish buildings, delete buildings, we don't want any of you, and to start with we'll just have two. Two sounds good, and we'll see where we go from there, like. So, we are going to need to connect the roads. I'm going to do this for future planning. Right, that connects that up, and now we can work away. These should already have beavers assigned to them. Yep, they do. Now, things have changed since I last saw this. So we got one vacancy at the moment, 7 beavers working. Everyone's homeless. We've got 4 children, and we've got nothing. We've got 93 berries already, which is good. 96. Want to keep them berries coming in. Okay, they're hauling logs to the town. No, they're hauling logs to this area here. Now we are going to need storage for the logs. Now, log pile. Again, sticking with the notion of, well, this is, we don't need, okay, hold on. Yeah, sticking with the notion of we don't need to be building things that don't produce on the green. We're going to stick that there. It can be changed later. Building lacks workers. I don't mind that at the moment, so we'll just pause. Construction lacks materials. Yeah, well, they'll come along eventually. Now, the priority system, to explain. Every game should have a priority system like this. We're going to make that very high, we're going to make that high, and we'll make that low. Now, the reason I bothered to change these ones is that means that all the resources will, first of all, instead of going evenly to this one and then this one and this one's the most important. So this is the one that we need to have. That should be on silent. This is the one, excuse me. This is the one that we need to basically get done first. Without the pumping house, water pump, there's nothing to store. So that will then, when that's pumping, people can get a drink, and as you can see, there's 0 water at the moment. So it's quite important that they get that done. Then they'll start filling one, and there's no point doing 2 of them at the same time. You might as well get one finished so they can fill it, and so on and so forth. Now, we can fast forward time a bit here. Sorry guys, you're going to be sleeping out in the cold tonight, but it's better that you sleep in the cold than, you know, dying of thirst. So we now have a workplace. We don't have enough beavers for the workplace. So let's take off a couple of the, well, at least one of these beavers for now. And what's it telling us? We've got no vacancies, no unemployed. Brilliant, brilliant. Berries are still looking good. We're going up in berries, not down, which is good to know. The log store has been finished, so they will slowly fill that from the wood, the chopping places. Now, obviously, it's night time. They've got nowhere to live. We will see them sleeping. There is actually a setting somewhere I can change the time they work. Nope, not that one. Okay, they're on 16-hour days at the moment. I'm going to leave them on that for now. So as you can see, the poor guys have just got to sleep out in the open. Anyway, so in addition to water, beavers need food, gather of flags and berries, we've done that. Settlement needs a stable food source. Build a farmhouse to plant and harvest crops. If you're running low on workers, you can pause some building, click on it and press P. Okay, yep. Like other building, a farmhouse has a limited range. Okie dokie. Now, we don't really have to worry too much about the range. Moving forward, do we want to keep the berries or do we want to go this way? This way would mean we could utilise, well, if we put it here, we keep the barren land. You know, it doesn't need to be on the good growing land, but it's not. Right, that would get as much potential land as possible. Now if we move this way, yeah, we could then potentially get a lot of land. Now, as it's food and we've got berries down here, we could potentially come this way and plop it here and eventually remove the berries and utilise them in most of the land there that we can. Intriguing. See, if we did that, I'm thinking actually this would be better because if we plan to get power along here, would kind of cut off some of that from it anyway. Yeah, and then this side can be used for forest. It's going to be a very small plantation, but hopefully we'll be down here before long and we can utilise some of this area too. We need some planks first. Yeah, this is a long, what's the word? Slog, I guess. So anyway, we're putting down the farmhouse. Now something else that we're going to want to do, and I'm going to want to get it done before the first flood, is this. And if we do that, we can actually get around to this side as well for planting trees, I guess. Does that mean I want to... I'm thinking I could put trees down as well to start with. Now, why I'm thinking is because this does create an area of growing, and I got an area here and I got an area here that could be used for tree growth, and then we could do another lot over here potentially. Move the farmhouse up a bit, but it doesn't matter if there's some crossover. It's like, yeah, you know what, it doesn't matter if there's some crossover, we'll just leave it as it is. So now that's there for the... Basically this will create a dam that allows the water to flow over, but it will raise the level of this and save us some of this stream for when the drought turns up, which is, you know, actually very important. So I think we only need logs for that. Yeah, I think I'm going to set these to very high, because although the farmhouse is important, it is granted, but would you say it's as important as saving the water for the drought? I wouldn't. And this one's not quite full yet, so this is still not really important at all. Just because it's a tutorial doesn't mean I have to follow it. Because I have played the game once or twice, I do have a slight idea of... We've got one unemployed. Why are you unemployed? You should be non-unemployed. Someone grew up. That is Zulkaz. Zulkaz grew up. So we'll just put him to gathering more berries, because we've actually gone down to 72 berries, which is not good. That does the basic needs of hunger. You know, we had more berries than that, and now we have fewer, so we've got 2 people on there. Yes, I know the farm is going to bring us in a lot of food, and better food, and improve our performance, but how many... That takes 25 logs. You know what? If the next person grows up... Yes, okay, one's done. How many logs have we got? 2. Yeah, not very many. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be worried too much because there's no drought being forecast, so... Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna swap them round. I shouldn't have been so in such a rush to do that, but at least I know that it's very well done. Like, it's halfway there, so I know we've got plenty of materials already there. It can be done very quickly if it needs to be. This one, oh, you can hear them when you click on them. You can actually hear them. You can look at your own every individual beaver's needs as well, which is kind of good, really. One unemployed. Not for much longer, my friend. Someone else grew up as well. Way now. You got to connect it to the district, it says, which is one thing I like about this game, is it does kind of tell you where you need to, when you need to fix things. Some games just let you wallow in your own stupidity. This one kind of does try and help. Farmers will not start working until you tell them what and where to plant. Use the plant crops tool to mark a carrot field. Crops need to be placed in irrigated land, otherwise they would dry out and eventually die. So there you go, you've been told. Carrots. 4 days free carrots. Sunflower 5 days. Potatoes 6 days. Wheat is 10 days. Now you have to cook potatoes, you have to bake them, you have to mill the wheat. I'm not sure about sunflowers, that's new to me. So carrots is very easy and simple, and we're just going to do a nice patch of them. Let's say that'll do. Plant carrot, 100 of 100. Okay, done. While all the buildings you place have some storage, they will fill up quickly. Build a log pile, done. A small water tank, done. And a small warehouse to store berries and other resources. So I need to build a warehouse now, which is under storage. Small warehouse. Now these got a flat roof you can build on top, and I'm going to put it nice and locally so it can be multi-used. Yeah, you can get that done so I just peace of mind. That's all that is, peace of mind. Now that's actually full, so actually that becomes important now too. Yay, that's done. So that should hold more water in this area for us. Which is absolutely brilliant. You can see there we got a beavering away. One vacancy. That would be in the farm, would it not? Yeah, that would. We'll leave it there in case someone grows up. Construction lacks materials. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should just place down another lumberjack flag and take somebody off of this. The number of berries is still going down. I don't like that. Also need to think about building some housing. Now I'm just seeing, as the natural evolution of this comes along, that there's an opportunity for a path along here. That could always be changed. I don't know how this size is going to fit in with the rest of the neighbourhood. We'll soon find out. Can't let them keep sleeping on the ground. They're going to get 3 days for a drought. Now I'm very glad that I've got this dam set up in time, and I'm also glad that we're getting these water butt things sorted in time. So and okay, well, I'm seeing there that we're rolling on to about time for this episode. Don't panic, I'm going to be putting out possibly multiple episodes in a day, but I am trying to keep them between half an hour and 45 minutes for algorithm and people watching, various different reasons. So we'll just carry this through to the drought, and we'll end it right there and then, I think. Okay, we have the warehouse built. Hello, we have a small water tank. Okay. Just because I did it out of turn doesn't mean it's not been done. That's really annoying. Okay, we could probably do with another one anyway, so hop to it. Let's see if we can get that done. At the moment we've got perfect number of beavers. There's no vacancies and no one employed. I do want to get to building housing though. How many does this take? 15. Well, we've nearly got that done, and we've still got more in reserve. Okay, I'm not going to start building the housing because I don't want the same thing to happen as happened to this, you know. Come on, get it done, and then I can build you a house, hopefully. That should be the next item on the tutorial's agenda. So it looks like I have to do things in the order that the tutorial tells me to, otherwise I miss things. But this is on hard, and I haven't got time. Right, continue. Yay, build a lodge. So, where's our housing? There it is, and there's a lodge or a lodge mirrored, and where do I want it? Does it really matter? Not really. I mean, there's some greenland here, but am I worried about a few tiny slithers of greenland? No, I'm not. Now, I could go into all-out kind of designing a great big industrial complex here. I'm not going to. I'm going to have to remove this path, though, for the sake of putting in more lodges. Hey, there we go. We need 6 lodges altogether, though. Right, okay. Well, that makes things a bit different. So... Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then yeah, that'll do. You can press delete on buildings. Good. Now hopefully they'll be wise enough to do them in a good order. Still got 3 beavers working in the town hall. So this should give them all somewhere to live and make them much happier and more effective at working. Someone's grown up, so we can, for now, we can put you in there to help build the buildings. Our carrots are watered and alive, 58% grown, that's good. Okay, berries have gone right up again, which is brilliant. I like that. And 1 day to the drought. Again, this is an early access game. What you're seeing here may change. The foundations probably won't, because this has been here since the start. And yeah, no, it's got a lot of scope, a lot of opportunity. I really like it. I think it's a great game. It's got, in fact, the building system, the storage system, all them systems are spot on, and I don't say that about games very often. In here you can kind of name what goes in and what doesn't to an individual space. So that's done. Increase your beavers' well-being and allow your population to grow. Build enough lodges with all your beavers. They will not reproduce unless they're empty slots for their kits. Science points are used to unlock more buildings. An inventor will produce science points over time. So basically we need to build an inventor. Okay, again, same kind of crack here as before. We need to put them on the dry. So I kind of tend to put these guys out the way. They're not important buildings per se. I've just realised that I could have been saving our beavers some time up here with these trees with a path, but hey, oh well. Again, how much are we looking at building? 12 logs. Yeah, it's not something you really want to waste, but it's not the end of the world if you do. I'm going to stick them... Well, I'm probably going to create a little district for them. Not district, but... a little space for them over here. I'm only going to build 2 for now. We'll build more later. One of them's important, much more important than the other. And well, we don't need 2 people in the fields right now. We could probably put down some more crops. In fact, that's probably a good idea, because, well, then we have a rotation, so they've got over halfway, and then plant, no, they're trees and bushes, so, oh wow, there's more of them as well. Food. No, plant crops, yep, carrots. Nice. Okay. Do you hear that? The tone changes. The drought has appeared. And, oh, you won't see it here because we've dammed it, but in the water source all the way over here, it's dried up. You can see the source right up there. Yeah, the river is now receding. And as it does, all the land around it turns brown. So you can see why I was in such a hurry to get this dam built. So this is where I'm going to leave it for this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Again, this is my very first video on my very new channel, so if you've enjoyed this, please consider subscribing, and if you think your friends will like it, share it around, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much, and bye for now.